into temporary housing structures to make sure those living in densely populated areas adhere to social distancing. The possibility of exposure to COVID-19 has created much stress and even panic in some communities. Let's bring in our reporter, Anda Nqonji. She's there covering the story first. Anda, very good morning to you. What's the situation there?
A very good morning to you. You know, we are right here at just by the temporal structures that will be handed to the residents of densely populated areas here in the Nelson Mandela Bay, where a number of people, have expressed clashing views about this initiative, with some of them saying that they are excited, they are happy because, in areas that are densely populated, the issue of social distancing becomes really a problem. And most of the people here say that, they have been worried and afraid for themselves, for their lives, but they were not really able to do anything about it because of their living conditions, saying that most of them are from shacks and some of them are from areas where you would notice that it is really hard to adhere to this particular regulation. But just to give you an idea of what is happening outside here, right behind me, is the 26 temporal structures that have already been finished by the Nelson Mandela Municipality, which told us this morning that this is not the only, or these are not the only structures rather that they will be building here in the municipality or in the Eastern Cape, but this is just the first to be rolled out in the whole province. And also, just when we got here, as you can see, there are gentlemen over there that are standing and waiting patiently for us to finish. They were installing a generator so that this particular area will also have electricity. But some residents have showed concerns about things like water, saying that there have been people in this area saying that they shouldn't have come here and that they are the reason they might contract this virus. And they even mentioned that the tap they were supposed to be using in a nearby school has been cut off by residents who are saying that they do not want them here. But most of them are saying that they're really pleased with what has happened. They did not really feel safe in their previous locations and that they are hopeful now that they have moved here, there will be a difference in their life. But to speak to a couple of residents, Sisi, we were talking earlier on. Uthe unezikhalazo. Khawucacisela uba kwenzeka ntoni kanye kanye apha.
Kokuqala si happy ngohlala apha kule ndawo ne mna ndivizithele okhazini bam apha, but apha sikho happy enough, and ndingatsho ndithi si happy because of triple K bekuxinene, but then umuntu uhlala kuyendlini yakhe ngoku, but asikho happy enough ngele nto uba akho manzi apha, and then besikha amanzi apha esikolweni, and then ke abahlali balapha kwezi zindlu zesamente baxuthe itepu apha esikolweni and bayageza bathi sibaphathele i-corona, and then ke kunezitoilet zisisiweyo apha ziyabanukisela senje bathetha isigezo and bayafika apha bazohlukumeza ebusuku like kumnyama babe soyika noya zitoilet ebusuku apha because soyika because abafana abanye bamhlamba satisa etoilet ubanjwe apha okanye kwenziwe lonto leyo.
Thank you so much. Well, what she's saying in a nutshell is that they are receiving discrimination from residents of this community who are saying that their temporal structures and their temporal toilets stink and that, they will be the reason that this corona reaches this area, because remember, these residents are from densely populated areas and they have been living there for quite some time now, and only today will this program be rolled out or will these people be moving here. But let's just speak to another resident. Budi, how do you feel?
We feel so happy, excited that we are living in a safe area. At least we are not contacting each other as before. So we are very excited. We are happy. We are happy for everything that we have done. I don't know how to thank them, and we don't know how can we do to them.
Can you give us an idea, comparing where you resided previously, before you got here? First, when did you get here? And how were the conditions from your previous house or previous home, previous area, compared to the conditions here in this particular place?
Conditions were bad. Everything was bad after the houses were banned and some things. But now at least things are safe. We are living in a nice area, no contacting. Because this coronavirus is killing people when they contact each other. So at least we are safe. We're living in houses than before. We're living in shacks, shacks sometimes sucks things, but at least here it is fine and nice also.
Thank you. So let's get the final or the last resident to tell us, how do you feel about these structures? Do you think that they are a lot of an improvement compared to where you stayed previously?
And the happy and ngoku ukhansila wethu usenzele into besingakhange siyicingele andifuni uxoka besimcingela bad but ke ngoku wazibonakalisa umntu anguye very happy too much.
Thank you so much. Well, those are some of the residents, and what we are getting in common here is that most of them are actually excited. They are happy about this initiative, saying that the municipality has exceeded their expectation. What I didn't mention earlier on again is that, you know, some of the residents that will be staying here are residents of homes that were recently burnt or that recently caught fire here in Zwide. You know, this area is also quite populated. You know, it's common that you see things like shack fires, and those residents will also be accommodated in these temporal structures. But right now, from myself, Anda Nqonji, and camera person Bulelani Scott, it's back to you in studio.
All right, and Bulelani, thank you very much indeed for that report. I want to stay in that province now. The increase